Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 23 of Final Fantasy XVI. We've moved just slightly since the end of the last episode because we're going to come talk to Otto, and on the way did see that Desiree has another update.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
Probably.
Here's everything we've received and everything promised.
Yes, a nice gift. Enclosed, you will find an item of high and strange order, one for which I require neither thanks nor recompense. Consider it a reminder of where loyalties are best placed. Signed, the Chapman. Talisman of Priming. Well, let's take a look at it.
You earned this. All done?
Talisman of Priming. Let's go to Start and Gear. And if we were to replace anything, Talisman of Priming. Increases Lionheart tonic duration by 30 seconds. So having used 0 Lionheart tonic durations, that's probably really good, but we're fine for now. I like our extra skill points. All right, Otto, let's talk about A Song of Hope.
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me.
They're all right, but it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
I believe the fastest way to the workshop is going to be a little bit up and then a little bit down. Search Mid's dungeon. Is that what we're calling her workshop? Last I saw it was pretty tidy.
Amber and the Lazarus are gone.
It's down in this little pit, but I didn't call it a dungeon.
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking.
Yeah, I feel like, so we're looking for documents that Mid says will help with, like advancing the construction of the Enterprise, the ship that she wants to put together, and some of the technical issues that she's run into. But searching her location, her workshop, for the documents, as Clive just said, wouldn't she have read all of these?
What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
I know this is your hideaway, but you really shouldn't be in here. If Mid caught you rifling through her research, she'd have your head, then mine for letting you.
That leather loosener was only the first of the discoveries the Alembics gonna help us make. Just you wait, Sid. Just you wait!
Well, if some of that comes across in the form of additional armor for Clive...
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is all right.
Oh, she's doing fine. No, Mid is doing great.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's. Huh. What's this tucked inside it?
Mididol, I know you like your riddles, so I reckon you'll appreciate this one. Of all my inventions, this one's the best, and so when choosing its place of rest, I recalled your opus, daughter dearest, and now it sleeps there in the first. I'm going to have to work on that last rhyme, good luck. Yeah, I was about to say, Sid. So I have no guesses onto this, hopefully Clive does.
Sid's best invention. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
I do kind of feel like Sid's best invention would be Mid herself. Like, the best thing I ever made was you. You know, I feel like a lot of parents feel that way about their kids, that whatever else they did, their children are their imprint that they leave on the world, the lessons they pass along, the people that they, under, I think, ideal and best circumstances, care the most about.
Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
All right, Orchestrion. Haven't spent a lot of time around this. I really thought that I would do more to pick up the various Orchestrion scrolls to get the different musical tracks, but they're so expensive. They're relative to how much money Clive has currently, they're not that expensive, but still, they're like, you know, 5 digits, 6 digits worth of cash. It just feels like a very expensive thing.
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope, nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. Something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Lose a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left.
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
All right, well, Clive, I have some bad news for you. Like, yes, we do want to do that, but we also definitely want to do the all of the side quests, but especially those ones with the plus sign. Also, we're not the Prince's keepers. Are we sure about that? Because last time that guy was conscious, he turned into a giant dragon and was murdering untold scores of people, and only the combined efforts of two separate Eikons flying around in outer space were able to calm him enough that we were then able to subdue him and bring him back for medical attention. We couldn't even put a permanent end to him. In fairness, we did stop trying after a certain point, but yeah, I kind of would have wanted to check on his sort of emotional well-being after all of that.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Tough for that. Speaking of which, I'm actually a bit,
Worried about him. And you want my advice?
afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe...
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
Okay, August, I think it's time to reconsider showing Blackthorn things. He doesn't react well.
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again. Ain't you got better things to do with your time?
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it helps to talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together, back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though. More than I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what? You're an armorer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous.
far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Sultan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride, and focus all your energies on the task at hand, keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Karava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
All right, we will be heading for Dravozd. Hopefully that's close in the pronunciation. But we've got another side quest right down here. And part of me would like to do a side quest, follow that story track all the way through so that, like, the sections are very discrete around these ideas. However, it's so common for us to get a couple side quests and they go to the same area of the map. Sometimes they're like a couple steps away, so it always feels the most efficient to pick them all up at once.
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know, but hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
And all you need is a single vine from an ordinary Morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have it, a most extraordinary specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria. Why, a notice concerning this very creature was only recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
I do think we need to consider the possibility that Nigel is trying to get Clive killed. Because I'm not especially concerned about fighting a Morble. We've done that on 2 previous occasions. And yet...
She can't kick this up. Glory to Griga. There you are. And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
I know better than to order Taya to do anything, but I'll speak to her.
Oh, thank you. I pray you have better luck than I did.
I feel like this guy does not need to pay me $1,200 to check in on a friend and coworker over here.
Well, Taya, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia, it's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Taya. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this. If it was me lying there, I know he'd do me the same kindness.
Okay, given the choices between sad blacksmith and guy who wants to do some plant husbandry, some plant genetics or whatever, we're gonna go help the person. Even here to go over this, we're gonna go help the guy who's suffering and dying. I do understand the quests are not timed, but it just feels kind of important. Yep, hold on, we're not going there yet. Wait, sorry, we just want to take a quick look to see which of these zones we want to go to, because based on the name, I just wasn't sure. We're looking for the one that's like a number 3. That's the number 2. Hold on, so let's go up here, and we're just going to select Lost. Don't worry, we'll get there. It's the back button. There we go. And now, yep. So let's bounce into Lost Wing, and then we'll... Lost Wing is kind of a maze. Let's go to Northreach, and then we'll go sort of to the southwest, and we'll be able to get there very easily. Yeah, in terms of priorities, I feel like saving the guy from the agony of an extremely painful death, or helping out a guy that is a little bit distressed about the direction that his career has taken... It's just where we've got to be.
Spiders would be the size of curls.
Hold on, we really want to get off
now.
For whatever reason, the Y ability with the fist seems to be missing a lot. I deliberately tried to get up as close as I could to that Mightling, and still... Oops. Is this a different one, or did this guy just bounce back up to full health?
Hopefully one will be enough. Rodrigo will have prepared the other ingredients by now.
Okay, I will pause in our, you know what, I really want to go back. It's, whatever that 2 gil is, we're going to go back and help out Rodrigo.
Thank goodness you're back. Taya looks like she's about to collapse.
Is this what you needed?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Taya's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. A single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it. It may be a gentle way to die, but it is death nonetheless. I wish there was another way.
How are you feeling?
Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Taya. I'm so proud of you.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigo. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor, back in the Southern Isles, on the front lines of some meaningless war. I was still a child when they shipped me to their triage tents to treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true physicker's art, that is.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next, never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service, but my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
Yeah, without getting, like, too somber here in our fun video game about a fire demon that gets to hack apart his enemies with a sword made entirely of flame, oh my goodness, hold on, there's another quest up here. There's certain amounts of, like, ludonarrative dissonance where it's like, well, I'm gonna run around and do the thing, and then there's just some quests that are like, but I really, really feel like I need to do this one immediately. I don't want to let this one linger. Hey, Taria. How have you been?
Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with you.
I'm sure it will be very helpful indeed. And Taya, try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study, but he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much. Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
I'm glad I was there for his final moments. He deserved the peace he chose.
Right. I may not entirely know what we just got. I'm not sure if it's like something that you have to equip. Let's go over to gear. Yeah, it did not look like an item. It was just like medicine chest, but I'm not sure what that means in this context. If that's something that you... like you can carry more medicines again or something? I actually don't know. I might have to look this up afterwards. Let's not worry about it too much. And just the story about somebody who's in agony, it just really feels like the right thing to do is to help them out. Whether the game is timed or not, yeah, it's just where I fall on that. All right, let's ask about Nectar's adventures, since this is not currently checked out. Oh, and then we'll ask about the Morble sightings.
What did you find down there?
Okay, well done, Nectar. Okay, the Carrot of Rosaria. Really? I thought we had found the pack. Apparently not. Here is the carrot. If you should come across a red carrot protruding from the marshes of 3 reeds, do not attempt to pull it away from the swampy soil. It is, in truth, another root vegetable entirely, an exotic species of Morble that uses a modified, carrot-like vine as a lure to draw its prey close, before emerging from the earth and swallowing them whole. A cruel way for nature to turn these times of privation to her advantage. Now, Nectar... Oh, only because we haven't done it. That's right, because the quest is to know where to go. Now we know where to go. Why don't we go do Blacksmith Blues first, because that's going to be a little bit more finite. We will head out this way and see if we can hit the boat. All right, now on our way towards Blacksmith Blues, I think that we have the location of the pack that we just saw on the monster board. Is that you guys? Okay, I really intended to continue attacking that first one. But I'd like to do some precision dodges if possible while we charge this up. I just don't know their attack animations that well. hold on. No! I'm trying to dodge.
Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy?
I wasn't even really thinking about Torgal being, like, alpha dogging all over them. I was mostly thinking that I didn't mean to really summon up these orbs. Also, gotta say, really not a fan of beating up on the dogs when they're making that whimpering, crying sound. These guys, yeah, they were dangerous to the local folks, but I don't know. Can we kill some more spiders? That always feels a lot better to me. All right, we're approaching this small settlement for the Blacksmith Blues. Let's just hop off.
Be safe.
You guys have anything to say?
Kicked out already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble. I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you are so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just don't go starting anything with the chief.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
So this is Dravaged. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. He'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
The forge on the hill.
Good luck. You'll be needing it.
And not for the first time.
But if we can't fire the forges,
The use of language in here, a river of bad blood between us, but if someone can build me a bridge,
Mama?
I'm willing to cross
Why
it.
hasn't Papa come back yet?
He's helping the chief.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something.
This is an extremely growly village. Like, it actually feels a little bit like it's a cultural thing around here, and I kind of really like that.
Everybody just talks like this all the time, except with a better accent.
I don't think I took any potions.
I have some things for sale.
And a special orchestrion, one that I assume can't be gotten anywhere else. You know what? We have 177,000 gil. I will buy the Lion and the Hare orchestrion roll.
Thank you. Go safely now.
Because who knows when we're going to be back here again.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
That and just extremely laconic people. I really like the guard guy.
What? Blackthorn, is that you? Well, I'll be damned. I'm absolutely... You could push me over with a feather. I can't believe it.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravozd in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravozd won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it, it's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravost will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two, would you, August?
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
Sid tried all sorts of leather to make those bellows, but salamander skin was the only kind that worked. Luckily for all our sakes, salamanders aren't too hard to find around these parts.
A few quick thoughts. A, I don't want to be the best blacksmith in the world simply because I happen to be the last. Love it. B, it's interesting, like the game isn't going out of its way to make this an explicit point, but what we're seeing is the results of sort of technological advancement being completely stymied by the presence of magic. These magical crystals always provided the hottest and replenishing fires that they would ever need. As far as we know, they've never had need for coal. They've never had need for other ways to generate this much fire. And it seems like, although we're going to have some salamander skin here to make the leather for the bellows, they're sort of introducing the idea of blacksmith bellows, which is a regular technological invention that the real world came up with because it was beneficial and necessary, and that is getting introduced here for the very first time. I just think that's extremely cool. That the people that made this put in some additional consideration about, like, what would happen to certain technological innovations if they just never were needed.
Shall we?
Hold on, is this... I'm just saying that I didn't kill this guy, right? So it kind of feels like... Ah, here we go. Desert salamander. Ow. Honestly thought that I was... not facing a flame breath after that. Darn it. Oh, I completely whiffed that.
Too slow.
Okay, let's do better this time.
I dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows.
Yeah, I would say it might be a little bit singed, but again, we're getting this particular leather because it's so resistant to heat. It makes me wonder, and like they don't have to make like a whole series about this, but what do they know about actually drilling for water? As far as we can tell, they were using water crystals to fill up what would look to us to be wells, but they weren't tapping into underground water springs. They were just making the water on site. So it's just another example of things that I'm trying to remember exactly where I saw it, but there was one critique about, I think it was in the Monster Hunter games, how much world building there is in the design of the villages and stuff, that in Monster Hunter, they're living in a world that is populated by very large, sometimes aggressive, sometimes territorial monsters, and a lot of the stories are about going into unknown areas and setting up an outpost, and that this is communicated in the game by having high walls and thick gates and other things designed to keep the monsters out. And that's all part of the world building, because the people that designed those environments thought about the kind of people that would live there and what kind of protections they'd want to have. And it's just cool to see that reflected here in terms of the technological development.
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravozd is saved.
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pet coal cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the Anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravozd needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Okay, so we could head back to the hideaway now, but narratively, they're going to be here for a little bit. Let's just chat with a couple people here, and then we'll go do the Morble quest.
I'll bet the blacksmiths will be queuing up to buy you a drink now. Reckon you might have saved this town and everyone in it.
Sorry, I shouldn't be getting so emotional.
All right, there's nobody else here. Let's head out here. And yeah, let's go find ourselves a Morble. All right, we're just past 3 reeds, and yep, there's a little passage here that leads up to a place on the map called Whispering Waters. I think that we're probably going to say goodbye to Ambrosia. And before we get started, we've been using the Bahamut abilities here for a little bit. I would like to mix things up again. Let's go here. So this would be wind and rock. I kind of always want to keep our fire available. This would be wind and lightning. Let's do wind and lightning since we haven't used these abilities in a beat. This one here is ignition. I feel like that's usually better against the smaller guys, but I do like it a lot. Will of the Wisps is great against bosses. Gouge is great pretty much all the time. However, why don't we take a look to see some of the other wind abilities? Let's go over to abilities. Because I want to say that there's ones that we've never looked at. Oh, look at Impulse. Impulse is going to be against groups of guys. Yeah, not a great boss ability. And then... Oh, wait. Sorry, that is not wind at all. Wind is way the hell up here. Rook's Gambit. Jump back, then deliver a punishing counter if the enemy evades an attack. Counter potency. If the jump evades an attack, counter potency can be used in midair. And then Aerial Blast. Summon a magic nullifying tornado that slowly hunts down nearby enemies and upon ensnaring them inflicts multiple hits. Well, why don't we give it a shot? We'll grab that. We'll master it. Or upgrade it. And we'll just hold back on the mastery for right now. Let's go over to gear and icons, and we're just going to swap out this for Rook's Gambit, and then this one here for Aerial Blast. Yes, that's the one. Magic Nullifying Tornado. All right, let's give these two a shot. Is there a lightning one that we want to try as well? I'm pretty happy with our lightning abilities. Lightning Rod. Create a ball of lightning that upon being struck, chains lightning to other nearby enemies. Probably not so much for a boss then. And then Judgment Bolt. This one we've got. And Mastery, let me just double check because I'm always curious if it does anything other than allows assignment to any icon. Yeah, I'm fine. I think Pile Drive would be better. And then Thunderstorm is really good as well. Oh, I didn't recognize that as an incoming attack.
I needed that.
It's always interesting the moments that it chooses to be like super pause there, and they always seem to happen when Clive is in the air. I feel like the game might be trying to have a little bit of difficulty figuring out where he is exactly. Hold on, why am I... Hold on, I think it's time for another potion. That was a huge hit.
Nice try. Well done.
Oh, he figured out a solution to my tornado problem. Okay, this seems to have a very, very long range. Oh, is this out of range? Sorry. Okay, don't attempt to do that. I don't know if he can outrun those lightning balls if they're stuck to him when he goes underwater. Okay, I ate some damage there when I didn't need to. I haven't obviously mastered the timing on that second dodge. Wait, worse breath? Hold on. It's worse than bad breath. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back out of Ifrit mode then if he's going to be underground for a lot of this. Darn it! I keep trying to get hit when he comes down like that.
That was definitely anything but ordinary. Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
Can we feed Torgal? Because he went full Eikon, if you notice. Like, he had his energy tendrils out. Really? Hold on. No, he's still amped up from the fight. I don't think he wants to be petted right now. Yeah, compared to a pack of crying dogs, beating up in the horrible plant monster is great. Let's beat up on those guys more. All right, we've gotten everything here. Let's travel back to Nigel.
Sid, I can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
Here. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... When I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at once. It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. How they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid, you've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this vial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya.
You have obtained a phial of invigorated Morganbeard extract, further increasing the potency of most consumables. Both potions and high potions now restore even more HP, while strength, stone skin, and lionheart tonics last even longer. Also, I believe that this man may have invented triffids. We're going to see how that goes.
A few more of these, and the Deadlands will seem less dead.
These flowers are beautiful. Pity we have to boil them all down to make medicine.
Allow me to thank you again, Master Sid. I do believe you have quite a knack for this sort of work. Should you ever grow tired of saving the realm, we would happily welcome your assistance here in the backyard on a permanent basis. I jest, of course.
Some years ago, I'm trying to remember if I ever saw it or only heard about it. There was a BBC television series that they made of Night of the Triffids, and I'm trying to remember again if I heard it was very good or actually saw it and liked it. And the hedge there is, since I can't remember very much about it except that I had it sounded pretty good, I might watch it today and be like, oh man, this was really embarrassing, but... yeah, Night of the Triffids was an interesting book, a little bit bracing, felt a little bit frustrated. Let's turn in our cinders to Blackthorn.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan has. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pick old Cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the Cursebreakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
I may have made this observation the last time that we did Blacksmith Blues, but don't leave it unsaid that August is a real bro. Like, he got nothing out of this except for the satisfaction of helping a friend that he saw was in some emotional distress. I made a little bit of light of it earlier, but I think that all of these side quests, the way that they're written, and just the little turns of frames, two old geezers that hold on to grudges tighter than their own hammers. Like, just phrases like that. They put so much effort into this, and it really brings the world alive so that Blackthorn is not a shop, he's a guy that we know, and we know something about his history.
What do I owe the honor?
Something more about his history.
So, what'll it be?
Well, that's a good question. I hear that you're making Ouroboros things these days? I don't even see it here. Oh, there it is. So we need a stone tongue, which I don't have, and some orichalcum, which I don't have. Are there any other... Is it only... Yeah, no, the Sons of Ouroboros. Also some orichalcum and stained loincloth. And... I think it's probably just going to be the armors. Yeah, I don't see any Ouroboros style stuff in here. Let's just check our reinforcements just in case. I don't expect to see anything in here, but it never hurts to just take a quick second and look.
That it? Fine.
Oh, what is it? There's no one like our Nan.
She can be a bit grumpy, but deep down, she's got a heart of gold. I can't do his accent at all. My mom and dad worked me like a dog and still called me a witless, worthless waste of space. Said it so much I started believing them. But then Nan got wind of how they were treating me, and she didn't like it one bit. Pulled out a big fat purse full of gold and threw it at their feet.
Your lad's worth double that.
She said, and if you lot can't see it, you hand him over to someone who can. All that shining, glittering gil, and Nan said I was worth more. I'd never been so happy in my life.
And I've never looked back.
I started working for Nan right then and there, and I'll gladly stay with her till my dying day.
Be seeing ya.
Yeah, I like Gets. I think it's so awesome to be, what is this, episode 23, and I'm still learning how to say people's names.
Do you have a name, doggy? I'd call you Torgal, but that one's already taken.
Yes, no, this dog is Prickles. And this is a stay out sign, yeah? Let me just check, because I think that we use some potions. I just want to make sure that we're topped off.
Still alive, are you? Go on, then.
We're going to go over to potions. Yeah, a couple high potions.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Last elixir, this is new. $20,000. It is easily the... Is it the easiest elixir to procure? No, but it's the last one you'll ever need. Upon KO, automatically restores all HP, fills the limit gauge, and increases attack power by 10% and defense by 30% for 60 seconds. For $20,000. Well, I'll tell you this, it is a bummer and a half when I die. It hasn't happened that often, but I don't like it happening.
Price than that.
And if that gets us back up and running, it will... It'll be a few rounds that I don't buy for the bar, I'll say that. All right. With that, I do believe that is all of our side quests. Return to the Ironworks. Wait. That's right. It showed me on the map when we were fast traveling around. Oh, hold on. There's a missive. He's going to head back up into the quarters. On our way up, there was a story in like a documentary that we watched once about how Benjamin Franklin had the opportunity and was even encouraged to patent the lightning rod, like the thing they put up on buildings so that if they get hit by lightning, it goes into the ground and doesn't damage the structure. And he refused on the grounds that that invention was not for personal profit, but rather a matter of basic public good. And whether or not that story is true or apocryphal, here we are. And I was thinking about that when Clive was talking about giving the bellows to the forges that need it, since now that they don't have crystals, because it's not just the bad guys that will be deprived of the protection that they need. It'll be the hunters that go out and get the food. It'll be the travelers and the traders that need protection from the monsters on the roads. It's kind of a big deal. It's a matter of public good, and sharing that knowledge is hopefully going to have more benefit than negatives.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastpool, but as soon as the rebuilding work is complete, I promise to return.
Okay, I didn't know if he'd have something new for us. It also says there's something new on the memory wall. I don't particularly know what it would be, but it shows us right there. Oh, the medicine chest. This is where it went from the quest. A beautifully carved chest that opens to reveal countless compartments full of tonics and tinctures. As Clive often proved a difficult patient, reluctant to come to the infirmary, Taria commissioned this curio that he might take a part of the infirmary with him. That is so kind, too. Just every single person in this game is so likable. And where they're not likable, like Hugo or, what was her name, Benedicta, they're relatable. Like, I get where they're coming from. Even if I don't like them, like, I get it. Okay, we've got one missive. A healer's place. Thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. Contrary to what the maddening crowd believes, we physicers are not without our limits. I cannot hope to cure every ill, mend every wound, save every life. The only medicine that will see you home safe without fail is prevention. Not that this knowledge will ever stop any of you from chasing down some behemoth for its toenails. Let's not tell her what we've been up to most recently. Okay, that was a lot more. I think we ended the last episode by saying, let's try to fill this episode with main story. I very much enjoy the main story. There will be no apologies for doing the side quests because I'm really, really enjoying them. And compared to some other games, oh, right. We're gonna head out this way. Compared to some other games where the side quests really do feel like they're just boosting the play time, I really like the way that they're handled here.
Clive? My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Einherjar is one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharm?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light! I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
Everyone with me? Here they come.
Behind me, Lord Rossfield. I'll take care of these fuckers.
Behind! I'll have you know earth-breaking here. One struck fear into the heart of every man in the
How are we doing, Mid? I thought you said that ship was fast!
Old? I haven't felt this alive in 20 summers! Come on, then! Which of you lot fancies meeting Ogre Killer next?
I thought it was called Heartbreaker.
Don't let the coffee you can. We know to pay and I'll be damn back going first.
If y'all gonna keep lining up... I didn't dodge that, he just missed. Oh no! Not this move, please, no!
Help me, boy.
Okay, I just can't see what's happening in there, so we're gonna let him do whatever that collection of consonants was.
That was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain.
Clive?
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield? A boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner. Or was it my arms? No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate, new plan! You leave, we follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Have care, my friend. There's not blood that they're flowing through Emegi's veins. These foes will not fall easily.
But they will fall. Like oaks before a woodman's axe. Good thing I brought one!
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Unless you have a better one.
Okay.
Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards. Fuck it! Let's do the lot!
What's the plural of Sleipnir anyway? No!
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal.
In your own time, Clive!
Right, run for it! Now, mate!
All right, engine full ahead! And hold on tight!
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye, and they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah! You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Brandalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Cheerio! Do keep up, my boy.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
Great God of mercy. All this. What have I done?
My lord.
Alright, so we're in the Naldia Narrow. Blessed with mild currents and warm waters, the Narrow allows for swift travel to the Dominion, Oriflamme, and Stonehere without having to circle through the dangerous outer seas.
Between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd taken forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehere.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours. Look alive, boys! Pull ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Aye, aye!
Do you feel that,
Jill?
All hands! Battle stations! Let's see what this girl can do.
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them, condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
Great Grigos, gosh!
Barnabas.
You brutes! And brace for impact!
now or never?
I'll find her. Where did you hide her, Barnabas?
Captain down!
I really wanted to throw him over the edge. Any more? Thought it was going to teleport closer. Hold on, sick him. Probably should have led with the tornado. Get him mostly when he was down on the ground. This was my concern with the tornado when I was watching the video. It's just like in the do you want this ability tornado? It's very, very effective, but man, you can't see anything through it. Oh, it's too late. Oops. Oh, no, sir, we have no quarrel with you. I do have a quarrel with this box, though. We're just gonna clean that out.
I need to hurry.
These guys are dead too? Yes, okay. Okay, might have popped this a little bit early, but we'll get in range of them as best as possible. Oh, okay. Sure, we'll grab some bloody hides. That poor one guy just floating around in the air. Steering wheel's not helping. Yes, you, royal guy. Man, he wanted to be a part of that fight so bad.
She must be here somewhere.
Okay, I am so sorry. Is this the way that we came up? I feel like it is. Let's take a look at some other places, because I feel like that's where we came up from below decks. No, no, nothing here. We already got the bloody hides. Oh, alternatively, you know what? It might have been from up here. I think we came up here, although I do want whatever the glowy is. Yeah, I think that might be the way that we came up. So we'll go back to the midship. Probably honestly had enough of that, but... I want to say that Clive emerged closer to the bow of the ship, so this is where I think we go. That's a good sign. Okay, hold on before we go down. Just take a quick look around, make sure there's no boxes to kick open. Ah! Hold on, anything over here? No. I just want to say very quickly that Captain Mid really makes me laugh. Like, she simultaneously sells it and is also very funny doing it. Oh, sirs. Let me introduce you to what happens with water and electricity. Okay, no, magic guy, you gotta stop it. Okay, was there anything else in here? No.
Jill!
You came.
Get back!
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands. Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
Stand still!
Phoenix, are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
Then.
go on.
I think so. But to where?
What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black, and all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the mother crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come, do you truly think it's so simple? The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate. However much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill.
We don't have to do this.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty.
Okay, don't get in that.
Rise,
or this.
In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking.
Defend yourself.
All this fire and fury, for what? Stopping the blight. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man. How dare you? You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods.
Oh, that was a total waste. Okay, not in that.
Raise your guard. I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there
fuck.
are other means of persuasion that might.
Okay, don't be there.
Too slow.
Don't be here! No! Don't do it! What? I don't know what to do here. I think I just die.
You will assume the mantle you've been given. And thus is the light of hope severed. You would yield so soon. Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his. And yet, every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The Eikon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos, you wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation! And abandon everything we hold dear!
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours, and not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back!
I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for, of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so lone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself? I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving, provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change.
So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me. I love. And I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last mother crystal.
The Einherjar is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.